It's week 2 of the National Football League, and we'll get a look here at Trey Lance. He's coming off a nice week throwing the ball, 4 touchdown throws.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has come to East Asia in the bustling metropolis that is Tokyo, Japan. Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here, as it'll be the Snowhawks of Brooklyn taking on the Dragons of Tokyo. Along with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin here, and partner, let's examine this Tokyo ball club as they enter play. They come in off a loss in the opener last week. That one was on the road. Now they get their first taste here of home cooking.
And what they're hoping to do is feed off the energy of the home crowd. Great tailgate, great fan support. Let's see if they can put it to good use.
Meanwhile, for Brooklyn, our visitors. The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. Breaks through the contact, and he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They will be led out by the 6-foot lefty from Alabama. It's Tua Tagovailoa.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or 2 free.
Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give him 7 there on the first down carry. Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 3. Going to the air. Tagovailoa. Finding Johnson on the out route. That's complete. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run, because we envision them in offenses catch the ball. How much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. They'll run on first down with Singletary. Sheds him off at the 45. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. 2nd down and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 44-yard line.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson. The 20. Touchdown. Juwan Johnson. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Dragons are on the board first here this afternoon.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
For the extra point, Cameron Dicker. It's up and good, and it'll give his guys a 7-0 lead. A 4-play drive spanning 80 yards. So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. Taken at the goal line. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by the former number 3 overall pick back in 2021. It's Trey Lance.
And he said he was feeling good in the lead up to the season, and he proved it in a big way in week 1 with 4 touchdown passes. Had the offense moving at peak efficiency right at the start of the year. Awfully impressive.
Throwing on first down is Lance. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Lance looking to throw it. It's taken in by Quentin Johnston. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 13 yards as the quick slant keeps the drive moving. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A run for the first time with Bijan Robinson. The numbers in last week's bowl game for Robinson. 23 carries, 115 yards.
So coming off the opener where they established the run and established it well, their goal is to make sure that the trend continues and to serve notice to the rest of the league that they might be a run-first team.
To throw, it's Lance. A quick throw there is incomplete. Quentin Johnston, the intended receiver on the play, and it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. When you look at this defense, they come in a top 10 unit against the pass, currently 8th in the NFL.
This is such a good unit of covering passes downfield. I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one. Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Now Lance unable to escape, and down he goes. Will Anderson. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. On play action, Lance. And the pressure gets to him again. Javon Hargrave, the D-tackle, getting the sack. So now make that a 2nd sack for them on this drive.
And Brandon, we hear it every week when we go out to do a game. Everyone talks about playing complementary football. Their offense goes down and scores. They see that, and they want to back them up, and that they did, getting 2 sacks on this first drive.
It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
On 1st down, Tagovailoa. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. Tua sets up to pass it. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. T.J. Watt buries him for a loss of 11 from his outside linebacker spot.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. He's got his target. That's complete. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive. It comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the 1st down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Looking to pass. Tua. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely, frees up your guys elsewhere. That is going to be a yard short. Needed 4, but got 3.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards, and it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Tokyo set to go on offense once again. A big mistake last time they were on the field, tossing that interception inside the red zone and really taking away what had been a pretty successful drive up to that point.
Yeah, and I don't think there's any question about it. As they head out on the field for this drive, that whole offensive unit is just thinking redemption. You know, they moved it really well, didn't pay it off. This time, they want to make sure that ball ends up in the end zone, and they're the ones possessing it.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Johnson the intended target, and it's 3rd down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. But you look at this defense. They are number 2 in the NFL against the run right now, Charles.
We know it's only week 1, but the results look pretty good so far. The key is, can they do it week in and week out? Because right now, they're not awarding any championships or trophies after 1 week of performance. Got some nice young faces playing for them. Let's see if they can get this going.
Yeah, last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy? And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the 1st down.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. Oh, Lance has it knocked free. The ball is loose. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. He was having success there holding on to it on the option, but ultimately problems downfield, and it results in a turnover.
Yeah, and this is a tough one because you know you'd prefer to have your quarterback either heading to the sidelines or getting down at the end of the play. But you've got an aggressive one. He's fighting for extra yardage, and he gets stripped there. You don't need him to be a hero in that situation. You want your quarterback taking care of himself.
Following the fumble recovery, here's Tua. There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson. This defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
Second quarter down, it's our home team with possession, as they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up. They'll run out of the gun with Singletary. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. He gets 7 out of it, and he also gets a first.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Here's Tua. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Burgess. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 33-yard line.
Now Tua. A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
You still hold your breath a little as a defense when Tua gets out of the pocket. You're worried about him scrambling and getting a first down. But there, he made the wise call. If there's nothing downfield, just throw it away.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Dicker on for the field goal. A 50-yard attempt.
And this one is right through. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. To start it out. Robinson. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Now, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run.
Now Lance unable to escape, and down he goes. Lee McNeil, what an effort to get in there and drop it. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. The Lance going to throw. Now he lets it go deep for Kirk. They've got his man complete. Down the right sideline. Touchdown! Christian Kirk, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Snowhawks are an extra point away from drawing level. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Tokyo set to go on offense once again. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that were happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Singletary, they'll go up the middle. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
They'll bring a tight end in motion left. 2nd down, here's Charbonnet. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Tua looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And he fires one, but incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
On now to punt, Brad Robbins. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. And Lance now to throw. That's caught on the left side by Kirk. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a 1st down. On the counter, this is Robinson. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down. Now a 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Now a play fake. Lance. Pass hauled in by Johnston. Still fighting for more. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
A pair of 1st downs gives them a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Lance to throw it. And he can't escape, and down he goes. It's Jeffrey Simmons that time who got in to record the sack.
That's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a 2nd one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
Oh, there's a nice move by Robinson. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he gets the 1st down.
Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. Tokyo set to go on offense once again. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Tua wants to throw it on 2nd down. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Christian Kirk and company heading back onto the field, making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but he's shredding defense is getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
He's letting it fly for Cooks. A big play there just before halftime, and even 40 yards.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? The guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route well run, and the football right on the money.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now Lance. Throw right side is going to be caught by Kirk. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. The end result, 21 yards. Here's Lance. And it's caught. Touchdown! T.J. Hockenson in the final seconds of the first half. And the Snowhawks have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. So they're able to break the tie just before halftime. Now they just don't want anything crazy to happen on the ensuing kickoff.
Yeah, they want to just add the extra point, get the kickoff taken care of, and get to the locker room with the lead that they fought so hard to get.
Pinheiro now to add the extra point. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17 to 10. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it was T.J. Hockenson who finished the drive with a touchdown reception. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
At their own 24-yard line.
And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We were certainly treated to an entertaining first half. Both these teams with some high points and maybe a couple of low points as well. So it's going to be a question of who can be the most disciplined team going forward.
Okay, Coach. Yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. This fielded right at the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. This offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. This offense set to begin the third quarter. And, Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they got some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one. So now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game. And down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it and try and win this ball game.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Now a deep one for Johnston. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
This is fielded at the 27. 6-yard return after a punt of 48. And they will take over 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced the punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for the second half. And it's pretty evident that this passing game has been frustrated so far. They haven't really moved the ball the way we might have expected, but this is a good pickup here for the first down.
2 and now on first down. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. He was waving his arms on the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of the story you told me from your days at Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass that you blew coverage on, what'd you say to him?
Yeah, it's really not right since I blew coverage, but since he dropped the pass, I said, well, maybe next time we'll just walk it out here and hand it to you. Would that be easier? He wasn't real thrilled with that.
That's cold-blooded. Cold-blooded. Well, this offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. They trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Off of play action, Tagovailoa. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm, incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the gun, it's Tua. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
A very important 3rd down conversion right there, because when you're trailing and find yourself this deep in enemy territory, the kicker's not even part of your thought process. You got to make it pay off with 6. Nice connection right there to set up 1st and goal.
Singletary going to take this down just short of the goal line. He got 3, but could not get the ball over the chalk. 2nd and goal from the 1. Now they'll bring one of their tight ends in motion right. Charbonnet is into the end zone. Touchdown.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Extra point try now from Dicker. And he gets it to go, and we're all even, 17 apiece. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. And their lead has evaporated in this 3rd quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. Throwing now is Lance. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hockenson. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Shotgun now for Lance. He gets it to Johnston. Now he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a 1st?
When you get into the second half of a tied ball game, you start realizing that every play takes on a bigger significance, and this is pretty significant right here. This is where you start putting the pressure on that secondary, and that's a job well done there.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Second down and a run by Robinson. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up. Lance looking to throw it. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Oh, boy, buddy, did that just happen? I've got my hand over my eyes right now because, like him, it's going to haunt my dreams, too. He was wide open. How did he overthrow him there?
Defensively, just very lucky. You know that they got away with one there. So a response there to the touchdown, the opening drive of this 3rd quarter, as they're able to reclaim the lead.
And I think you'll take that because obviously you'd like to be able to match them touchdown for touchdown, but the first order of business was to get the lead back, and they've done that. Now you want to give a good pep talk to your defense to take it from there.
And he returns this to the 22. The Tokyo offense heads back out there now. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Tagovailoa to throw on 2nd down here. Again, it's Johnson.
He's not quibble about the game there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
They'll try and run for this with Singletary. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. 6 yards in the wrong direction that time. Not only that, but it brings up 4th.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
So they bring out their punter. He's been terrific so far. And we'll see what he can do on the return. Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd. Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. Robinson up the middle, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and cut back to the run.
Anything, because you're right, he's pretty much been completely neutralized.
Ball start, offense.
Well, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. They'll run again here with Robinson. And he'll be tackled at the 45 following a gain of just 2.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
Well, there were a couple of extra defensive backs in the game, so he really had nowhere to go with the football despite his search for an open receiver. So he has to take off and run for it, but he comes up well short of the line to gain.
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Tokyo set to go on offense once again. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. On second down, Tua over the middle, hauled in by Campbell. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The offense on third down, they've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 5. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Tua to throw again. Campbell making the catch. And out across midfield down to the 45. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Completing it to the right side, Johnson. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for second down.
At the 36-yard line.
Singletary here running out of the gun. And this time not quite to the 30. He'll be down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And his throw here is incomplete.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL, but if you drop the football, that position can get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his first drop, his second drop of the game. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. 9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. Now Tua. And that is incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
And his kick is indeed good. And in the fourth quarter, this game is tied. Well, you talk about clutch. That one was right down Broadway, and this game's all even here in the fourth.
Yeah, he didn't leave any doubt, did he? Good snap, good hold, dead center. Almost like a big-time golfer in a major, firing at a pin from the fairway, trying to win the tournament going down the stretch.
And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. And we essentially have a brand-new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest of this fourth quarter. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. The intended target, T.J. Hawkinson. And it's 3rd and short. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Lance going to try and throw on 3rd down here. Open man is Kirk, complete. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. And on now is the punter, as he's on for the 5th time here today. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. Tokyo set to go on offense once again. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter. On 1st down, Tagovailoa. Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. Now a 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6 at the 23-yard line.
Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Johnson. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. These two have hooked up 9 times now this afternoon as they pick up the 1st. Here's Tua. He'll get this out wide to Singletary. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time, and a 1st down. A give up the middle to Singletary. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Not your normal call in short yardage, but the toss works very well there. Big people out in front, being physical, and they pick up a 1st down.
They go right back to Singletary. 87 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
On 2nd down, here's a run with Singletary. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. A field goal from this spot would be 51 yards. They'll try to move it closer on 3rd down. Looking to pass. Tua. Working the middle of the field. He's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Give him the 3rd down conversion. 5 yards on the play. All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
It sort of looks like they stopped some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
On the give, this is Singletary. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Now Tua. They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe, and they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
The situation for them offensively as follows. Down by a field goal, a little under 1:50 remaining. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on 1st down. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. The mistake there by the offense, Charles, they tried to pick on a Pro Bowl corner in coverage there, and not the smartest decision. He reminded him that he was a Pro Bowl corner with not only a pick, but the pick six.
And those guys who have that designation, sometimes they get a little bit bored in games because people try to avoid them. They absolutely love it when they get challenged, and it's a chance to remind everyone exactly why they were tagged as one of the best in the league the prior season.
Dicker down, attack on the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. Remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Lance back to throw. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
And now defensively in the 2-minute drill, the big key to me, make sure you understand your assignments, and anytime you get a chance to tackle someone in bounds, get them on the ground.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The 2 timeouts still remaining, but scoring quickly, a must. It's 1st and 10. Now Lance. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Here's Lance. Sets up the screen to Robinson. And bulldozing his way through. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds.
Well, they've certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
And he's got it. Touchdown! Christian Kirk, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Snowhawks have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Set to kick off.
And it looks like this one won't work out. Hands team able to secure the football. Now, 4th quarter, it felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number as empirical.
Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. And they take a knee. Now the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's across for a late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game. So a little icing on the cake there before the clock hits all zeros.
What a way to finish things off. Exactly what you want. Not much time and a touchdown to put things away.
Extra point try now from Dicker. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that drive of 4 plays. Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out ready to send it away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. This is 1st and 10. One final try now for Lance. He's going to let it fly. And this is dropped it incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone. As time has run out on this ball game. Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So for Tokyo, they make amends for their Week 1 loss by winning their home opener. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Brooklyn, they will fall to 1-1. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.